In 1947, 3 engineers at Bell Labs are trying to build a better hearing aid. They accidentally invented the transistor instead. That accident is why the device in your hand can perform 30 billion calculations per second, more than there are stars in the galaxy. And it's doing all of that with sand. Every computer chip on Earth is made from silicon, which is basically just purified sand. The same material you find at the beach is processing your passwords, running your apps, and streaming your videos. If a single dust particle had landed in the wrong spot when your phone's chip was being made, hackers could be reading your banking data right now. The margin for error is 0. Actually, it's less than 0. You need perfection at the atomic level. The silicon in your phone is 99.9999999% pure. Picture a stadium with 8 billion people, 1 for every person on Earth. At this purity level, only 8 people in that entire stadium could be something other than silicon. 8 out of 8 billion. Getting there is complex. You start with quartzite rock, heat it to 2,000 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt steel, and strip away the oxygen. But that only gets you to 98% pure. Good enough for solar panels, useless for processors. So you grind it up, mix it with hydrochloric acid, and create trichlorosilane, a liquid that bursts into flames the instant it touches air. The factories making this are basically managing controlled explosions around the clock. After multiple distillations, you finally get that 9/9 purity, and you're still just getting started. Next comes the most expensive lottery ticket on Earth. You need to grow 1 perfect crystal. And if even 1 section fails, you've just incinerated millions of dollars. Not many crystals stuck together, just 1 continuous crystal where every atom aligns perfectly. They dip a tiny seed crystal into molten silicon at 1400 degrees. Then, over 3 to 4 days, they slowly pull it upward while rotating it. What emerges is a 2-meter long cylinder that's entirely 1 single crystal. Every atom locked in the same pattern. If even a small section had atoms facing the wrong way, the whole thing would be worthless. They slice this into wafers, thinner than paper, and polish them flatter than anything in nature. If you scaled a wafer to the size of Texas, the biggest bump would be the height of a speed bump. These wafers enter rooms so clean, they make operating rooms look contaminated. Now take a deep breath right now. That breath contains about 50 million tiny particles. Dust, pollen, skin cells. In these clean rooms, the entire room has fewer particles than that single breath you just took. Workers wear full body suits, not to protect themselves, but to protect the chips from them. If you scaled a processor to the size of Manhattan, each transistor would be the size of a bacteria. Your phone has 15 billion of these switches. That's more switches than there are people who have ever lived on Earth, all crammed into something smaller than your fingernail. At that scale, a dust particle is like dropping a bowling ball on a circuit board. At 5 nanometers, physics gets weird. Electrons start quantum tunneling, passing through barriers that should stop them. Picture throwing a tennis ball at a wall, and sometimes it just appears on the other side. That's what electrons do in your processor. Intel hit this problem around 2006. Their transistors had gotten so small that electrons ignored the off switch and kept flowing away. They had to completely redesign their chips just to deal with quantum mechanics. In 2018, researchers discovered this created something worse, a security flaw called Meltdown. Meltdown was not a coding error. It was a flaw in how silicon works. Right now, your processor is predicting what you'll do next and working ahead. Usually these predictions are correct. That's how your phone stays fast. But when the processor guesses wrong, it throws away the speculative work. Researchers discovered that this thrown-away work leaves temporary traces in the processor's internal systems that sophisticated attackers can potentially exploit. A website could read those traces and see data from completely unrelated programs. Your browser could access your password manager, random apps could see your banking sessions. Every Intel chip made between 1995 and 2018 had this vulnerability. Billions of devices. And no, you can't patch physics. All these processors connect through fiber optic cables, glass threads made from more sand. 99% of international internet traffic travels through just 550 cables on the ocean floor. These cables get cut more often than you'd think. Ships drag anchors across them, earthquakes break them, sharks bite them because the electromagnetic fields confuse their prey detection. Google literally had to start armor plating their cables. When a cable breaks, it takes weeks to fix. A ship has to locate the break in thousands of miles of cable, pull it up from crushing depths, splice it, and lower it back down again. Your Instagram stories are traveling through glass, lying next to shipwrecks. Your entire digital life runs on sand. Sand purified to impossible levels, arranged with atomic precision, connected by glass threads across ocean floors. Only 3 companies on Earth can build the machines that make 5 nanometer chips. If something happened to them, we'd lose the ability to make advanced processors, period. The next time you hear about a massive data breach, remember this. Somewhere, a piece of sand that wasn't quite perfect enough just cost millions of people their privacy, and there's nothing anyone can do to fix it. In 1947, 3 engineers trying to improve hearing aids accidentally created the transistor. Today, that accident means our entire civilization depends on our ability to arrange sand perfectly. And sometimes, the sand just doesn't cooperate.